Hi, I'm Maya Dukes, Creative Director, Branding Expert. Today, we're going to talk about code switching. My parents are from Liberia, West Africa. By the mid-70s, Mom and Dad came to the States, moved to Philadelphia, graduated college, and had me. My childhood got shaped by my parents' African traditions and values mixed with their newfound American experiences. It was truly the best of both worlds. On the one hand, I grew up surrounded by African culture. I ate the food, I listened to the music, I attended gatherings where spirited discussions about African politics, arts, culture made me wish I had been born in Liberia. On the other hand, I lived a Black American experience through my parents during a time where Black identity and culture became a thing to be proud of. My mom rocked an afro, and my dad proudly wore his afro pick, customized with the Black fist. There was solidarity within the Black community, and the phrase, "Black is beautiful," could be heard everywhere. Around that time, a series of essays called The Black Aesthetic by literary critic Addison Gale gained popularity. The Black aesthetic movement called for Black artists to create and evaluate their work based on criteria relevant to Black life and culture. They asserted that the values of beauty associated with Black works of art should reflect their African heritage and worldview instead of European norms. By the late 70s, Black pride was permeating art, literature, and popular culture. And my parents were there for it, teaching me to honor my Blackness with passion and reverence. I carried this pride as I began my creative career. I remember the first day working for a major brand. I was so excited to showcase everything I learned in art school and was ready to do it with the pride that my parents had inspired. I spent most of the money I'd saved on a fresh new corporate-like outfit and got my hair done in extra long box braids. I was ready. At 8 a.m., I walked into my boss's office, ready to tackle my first assignment, and she looked at me in horror as if she had seen a ghost. And for a second, I had to kind of check myself to make sure I wasn't exposing a body part, right? And she tentatively pointed out that my hair looked so nice when I had interviewed. And to her point, my hair was different, right? So during the interview, it was pressed straight, kind of like you see it here today. But once I had gotten the call from HR, I knew that this accomplishment required a fabulous new hairstyle and a fabulous outfit. And for thousands of years, hair braiding had carried a rich tradition for Africans and Black Americans alike. In Africa's earliest known forms of the continent, braided hairstyles upheld societal customs and symbolized heritage. And during slavery, hair braiding was used to relay messages or to signal a desire to escape back to Africa. I still remember as a child getting my hair braided with extensions only happened on extra special occasions. So my choice to wear braids on the first day expressed my pride and accomplishment. It was a signal that I had made it to the big leagues. At that moment, standing in my boss's office, looking at her disappointed and confused face, I realized that honoring my Blackness needed to happen outside the walls of my corporate jobs. And for many Blacks working in corporate, fitting into a mostly, if not all white work environment means changing the way we communicate, changing the way we express ourselves in times of excitement or disappointment. Sometimes it means changing your name on a resume just to get the interview, and it means changing the way we wear our hair at times. There is an incentive for people of color to adapt to the dominant culture just to improve their prospects. My personal story is just one of many. According to studies conducted by Pew Research Center, Black and Hispanic Americans are more likely than their white counterparts to say they feel the need to change how they express themselves when they're around people of different racial and ethnic backgrounds. And among Black adults, 48% of those with at least a 4-year college degree say that sometimes they feel the need to code switch. So what is code switching? Code switching is the shift from one form of behavior or word choice to another to create a desired social impression. Linguistic code switching describes switching from one language to another, while cross-cultural code switching involves moving between culturally ingrained systems of behavior. While it's sometimes seen as cool for non-Blacks to use African American vernacular English, or AAVE, to appear trendy, for Blacks, using those same trendy words or phrases can be seen as unprofessional or less intelligent. So instead of speaking freely and authentically, Black associates regularly measure their words, recalibrate their responses to fit in or win the respect of their colleagues. So all of these conversations were once taboo, but dialogue about racial inequality and the pressure to adjust to societal norms and white standards has recently gone mainstream. Public outrage from the killing of unarmed Blacks has led to spirited debates about criminal justice reform, systemic racism, and inequalities in the workplace. And while 61% of Americans find diversity in advertising important, and 38% of consumers are more likely to trust brands that show diversity in their ads, a growing majority of Americans want to see more meaningful change in corporate America. So not only is it unacceptable to exclude people of color in ad campaigns, but the call for diversity in startups, in agencies, in boardrooms, in C-suite positions is growing. The future of creative and society is going to demand that we bring together unique experiences and cultures and perspectives to tackle our toughest challenges. As a product of parents that taught me the importance of honoring my rich heritage while embracing new experiences, I believe we can rise to this occasion, and that is beyond exciting. Thank you.